Today I'm going to review changing spindle speeds on the Prototrak Lathe. In order to change the spindle speed to make sure you have the right speed for the diameter and the type of material you're working on, you've got to use this gearbox over here. It's got two different levers on it. So the way this works is you've got to line up the Roman numeral over here, the column. Each Roman numeral represents one of the columns here. And then down the column this way, you have this lever pointing towards different rows. So you've got to line up the column and the row to get the speed that you want. So right now, where this lever is pointing towards this row, it's going to be one of these right here, either 60, 85, 120, or 170 RPM. Over here, on the right, this lever is pointing to Roman numeral 1. Can't see it, it's hidden behind it, but that's Roman numeral 1. That's this column right here. So it's going to be something down in this column. So since it's on this column and this row right here, where the two intersect, the Roman numeral 1 and this pointing at the row, that would be 170 RPM. So in order to change the RPM, you just got to switch the levers so they're pointing in the correct direction. You have to make sure that they're pointing straight to the lines. If not, if it's halfway in between, you're not quite in gear yet, and you could end up damaging the gears. They're going to grind on you. You'll hear it right away when you start the spindle. So I move this over to the center position. This is for the center row. So now I go from 170 RPM to 640 RPM. So what about this side? Well, it's the same sort of thing. You move this, and you might have to move the chuck while you're doing this. You hear that grinding going on. Into position so it's locked. So now I'm on position 3 on the right, and on the left I'm pointing down to here. So it's this row, position 3, Roman numeral 3, on this row, 320 RPM. If I move it over to row 4, locked in place. Now it's this column right here, so we're on 830 RPM. I'm going to try to turn my spindle here and make sure that it's actually in gear. That's very nice. And we can see the effect when I change gears. I'm going to move over a little bit so we can see the chuck spinning. This is spinning at 830. And if I change it over to the next position, 3, it's going up a little faster. Over to position 2 next, still faster at 1700 RPM. And there we go. Back to the gearbox. This is pointing all the way over to here to this line, which is this row over here. And this one over here is pointing to number 2. Number 2, bottom row, 1700 RPM. That's how you change gears on the Prototrak Lathe.